Hi there, this is my response to the Ubuntu Edge campaign. I am very enthusiastic about that campaign and I hope it eventually achieves its goal. However, with the remaining days left, I'm not sure if that goal is possible. So I wanted to give some ideas on how Ubuntu Edge can somehow reach another goal, that is coming up with the prototypes available so that users like me, potential users like me, will be even more excited about it. And I think that that's possible if they, instead of trying to produce a unit for each of the funders, why don't they produce only a small amount of units, say 100 units, because the amount of research and development and labor that it would take to produce one of the units would probably be a lot of money currently. And I'm just saying roughly, say one of those units would, to produce one of those units, it would be about $1,000. Well, if you adopted a different strategy from crowdfunding by using, say, an auctioning or lotto approach, I think reaching your goal of producing prototypes is more feasible, because with the lotto approach, you have a limited amount of units, and for the average user, the investment is smaller. So if you say you just produced one prototype, or had the goal of producing one prototype unit, and say it costs $1,000, well, what you could do is to recoup the cost of the $1,000 to produce that unit. You could just have a website asking people to go in a lotto approach, say donate $1 each, um, to actually be in the running for achieving that unit. So so what you do is you have a drawing at the end of the campaign, and then whoever you pick, randomly from the amount of users that came in, then then they win that unit, and that way they have something to talk about. So I think that's a much more feasible approach than uh, the current campaign, which I think is great that it started off great, and started off with a lot of excitement and enthusiasm in the beginning. So obviously there is interest in it, but in order to make it come true, we kind of need to scale things down a bit to make things more feasible and achievable. And the other approach is the auctioning approach, which is pretty similar to the lotto approach, I think, where you could say produce 100 units and then use the eBay style of figuring out, who's going to bid. You just find the highest bidder for each of those units. So how much they're willing to pay for it is what you get for that that particular unit. Then you can see whether you can recoup the cost of what it takes to actually produce those units. So that's my idea, and hopefully someone from Canonical hears this and decides to take that into consideration or find something similar. Thank you.